We're
here.
live.
We're live.
Yay.
There we are. Hi, everybody. I hope you guys are having a good day. We got the moon at the very end of Scorpio at the time we're going live. And that creates a lot of intensity for a lot of people. You know, that moon in Scorpio is in it's called detrimental, but the point is like we feel super intense. Not everybody at every minute of every day, but for 2.5 days when that moon's in Scorpio and we're at the balsamic lunar phase thing, we're really close. We're at the last quarter. We're not the balsamic phase yet, but it's intense. We feel a lot around, we feel a lot. The deeper things are coming to the surface. You might feel weepy at something that triggers you or activates you. It's just like lots of old feelings coming up. And it's a good opportunity, though, to process, just a little bit here and there. It's good to process a little bit instead of having it all happen all at once. But how's that for an opening? Hi, guys.
Hi. Make us a little happier, Dorothy.
I know. I'm smiling. I'm trying.
Well, we already have someone who posted a question to my site here in the chat, so we're going to show her question.
Okay.
My name is Michaela, I think. I'm not sorry if I'm not saying your name right. I'm 23 years old, born February 14th, 2002. I've been going through what feels like the never-ending cycle over the past few years. And then I cut it off there, Michaela, because it's not really, Dorothy knows what went on at the end of that conversation. So we can kind of discuss it. But my first comment was, you have an 11 life path, which means you picked a master number life path. And I'm going to tell you, I have 2 children who picked master number life paths, and neither of them has had the easier life. They have had a lot of challenges and a lot of things. So being an 11 life path is going to kind of, it doesn't doom you to anything, but it makes it a little bit different.
And isn't that 11 isn't that considered the Christ consciousness life path? Yeah.
It's the first master number.
Right.
And both my children are 22s, and I've never met a 22. It's fascinating when I've known 22s all the way out to the end of their lives, and their lives are absolutely fascinating. I'm not sure they're one you want to be related to, but anyway, you can have more control over molding how your life goes. And yes, you're right. We're going into 1 year, and what you're talking about is casting off a lot of connected energy that you really want to be connected to anymore. And Dorothy will go from there. She'll explain to you why you need to have your whole chart done, but what she can tell you right now.
Right. So, and you were saying, how can I, what was that? Because I got it here where you can't see it. It's like you're hoping that 2026 will be a year where you find more freedom and stability in your life. And one of the things I did, because I do need all of the birth information to really dig in and answer that question. And that's just what my profession is. And we're not doing that here because that you don't want to put that much private information out there. But the point is like I did have your birthday. And so I did just cast a basic chart for noontime. I don't know where you are. None of that matters without a birth time anyways. And so I know you're in Aquarius. You're at the end of Aquarius. And Mercury's at the beginning of Aquarius. Pluto's been in Aquarius off and on since 2023. And that tells us, generally speaking, that you're ready over the next 10, 12 years for an evolution of who you are and how you're moving through life. That's just something that is very much in the background, but you'll feel it. If you're sensitive, you're going to feel the rumblings that something's changing. I don't know what it is. So there's that. And since you are an Aquarius, the planet that's in charge of Aquarius is Uranus, the modern ruler. It's Uranus, and it's been squaring at 90 degrees to all of your Aquarius planets since it went into Taurus, which was 2018. It's been a lot of years, almost 7 years. What does that mean? It makes a 90-degree angle. It creates situations, higher self, life creates situations where it seems like in your circumstance that you're being restricted. So what you're longing for is the freedom that Aquarius wants, that Uranus wants. You're longing for that because the situation has come to, without me knowing any more details, the situation has showed up that you're feeling the need for freedom and independence. And this is one of the beautiful things about having an astrology session, not just an AI written report from somewhere, is that I hear your key word. I hear that key word. You wrote something out. I heard that word freedom. That's Uranus and Aquarius. And I immediately would just go and look and see what they were doing and what was going on in that area in your chart. So that was a piece of it. You're feeling that need, but you're not sure of the direction because your moon is most likely in the sign of Pisces, and Saturn and Neptune have been in Pisces for a while, and they're about to leave. And so you have opportunities in this year. Once Saturn and Neptune get into Aries, which is January, February, and Uranus goes into Gemini a couple months later. I can't remember exactly the date right now. And there's new opportunities for all of us this year, a 1 year, like Nancy Jean said, and these other all these planets moving into new signs. So we have Saturn and Neptune and Uranus. Pluto's already in a new sign. So we do have, and we're in 1 year, we're ending a lot and beginning some things. So we're kind of in the mix right now. It's a gray area. Just January, February, March is sort of a gray area, but then we'll really start moving and making strides as we move through this year. So that's it in a nutshell. That's kind of it for everybody too. So it's not just your chart. Everybody.
She said a good year though. One's a good year if you're having to make some real strides. Yes. It's a good year to be in a universal year of one.
Yeah. Yeah. It is. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Michaela, you share a birthday with, it should have been my oldest son's birthday, but he was stubborn and he wasn't born till March 13th. And if that makes everyone go, ooh, yes, it was an ooh. Yeah, 9/13. He was huge. My pediatrician walked in the room and he said, what's that month-old child doing down in the newborn nursery? But I have a close woman friend who should have been born on the same day he was. And her last 7 years have been a real trial, up and down, and finding really good things in life and finding stuff that's so much BS. Anyway,
yeah,
we wish you the best, dear.
We do, and just as a side note, I mean, no one likes to have a difficult time in life, and if you came in you're an 11, like Nancy Jean was saying, then we don't come in just knowing it all. We come in and we have to experience and learn. That's what the human experience is. You know, the soul in the human experience is that there will be trials and tribulations and things that create stress, so we can learn what we want through the act of learning what we don't want, and be in situations like what we don't want. And I know that seems kind of counterintuitive, but it's not. Yeah, that's where we go. That's how I see it.
And then we got another question, and y'all, this is open mic, so if you want to ask a question, we'll answer whatever parts of it we can. And today, it's me, Tarot. Do you season your decks by putting them under your pillow for a week to absorb your energy, or is this a made-up thing? I don't think it's a made-up thing. I think people do it. I can't do it because I can't have a deck of cards under my head. I mean, plus, I have decks that are like this big, you know.
Yeah.
You don't want, the way I used to work with decks is when I got a new deck. I used to, when I worked at the vintage store and the wine bar, I'd take the deck in, and when I had a new deck, I put a sign on the door, a free reading for anybody who wants to try out a deck. And I'd see how the deck responded to me. And that's one way you can do it. Just using it, find a pattern you want to look at a different card every day. Yeah. Find a tarot book you're working your way through. Eileen Conley has a really good one that's every card in the deck. Pull it out and look at it that day, or pull out 2 or 3 of them and look at it that day. But there's lots of different ways you can get your energy in your deck. I just figure the universe is only going to send me decks that work. So
true. Yeah. So, yeah, I've had a few favorites. I haven't had a lot of tarot decks for me. I mean, I'm not a tarot person. I like the oracle cards because I don't do tarot. I tried to learn it, but I didn't. I wanted to.
You're like me, and I don't care if it's square or not. I don't. Sextiles, what's that mean?
It means a lot.
I know.
And I just what if people in my chat, I mean, I have you guys on my phone because that's the only way
Mhm.
I can see what's going on. There's 8 people in there. Hello, Maria. And anybody in my group listening on my page, yeah, ask questions too. The astrology questions. It's not just for Nancy Jean. Let's go into the live chat. And part of this was me and something else. Oh, the cusp. Yeah, when people are born on the cusp, I mean, that's why we need to know what time of day you're born, because the astrology, when we move from one zodiac sign to the next, it's not midnight. It's not based off a calendar. And people are used to that, or they just don't know. It happens when it happens, And so, like when we have Pisces is coming up in the near future, and when the sun moves into Pisces, I mean, no, Aquarius. When when the sun moves into Aquarius on January 19th, that's at 8:45 p.m. Eastern time. All right, because that's where I'm at, Eastern time. So if somebody's born on January 19th this year, it depends on if they're born at before or after the sun enters that sign. And so you are one or the other. There is absolutely, it's not a mix. What creates the mix is this. You think of the solar system when you were in high school and you learned earth science. The sun, Mercury, Venus, Earth. So Mercury and Venus, from our perspective, is closer to the sun than we are. They never go very far from whatever zodiac sign the sun is in.
Mm-hmm.
So here's a little astrology lesson. Mercury, so we're just going to talk about Aquarius. So if the sun is in Aquarius, Mercury will be in Aquarius or the sign before or after it. That's it. Mercury is never more than 28 degrees away from the sun, and zodiac sign is 30 degrees. So it will always be either Aquarius, Pisces, or Capricorn. That's it. So it's just so if you're born on a cusp, you're likely to have Mercury. Venus does the same thing, but within 2 signs. It's common to have Mercury or Venus in the sign of whatever is before where you're just getting born, whatever that is. So you'll have qualities of the prior sign. You may have qualities for the prior sign. So if somebody's born as an Aquarius, like right now when the sun goes into Aquarius, Mercury is still in Capricorn, so you'll still have Capricorn qualities with some Aquarius qualities, and that's why. So when you're born on a cusp, that you are one sign or the other. That's it. That's clear cut. However, you will carry qualities from the sign before or after, depending on those inner planets inside the Earth's transit. So, yeah. So that's that's how that works. Too much science. Sorry.
No. Okay, what's important to remember is Mercury's how we message and how we communicate.
Yes, it's our communication.
And
So
Venus is how we love what we have, how we hold on to things we have.
you're so good. You know a lot. Good job.
I know, but I always thought it was really clever to never let that get too far from who we are.
Right.
So you're not going to find someone who messages off the wall. If they've got a Leo ego, they're going to have it in that time frame. They're not going to have a Leo ego from a poor loving Cancer nature,
Right.
you
Yeah. I mean,
that,
Leo is the next sign after Cancer. So if you're born at the end of Cancer, early into Leo, I mean, the thing is, it's like we are more than one thing. We're not just one thing, and so that's the important part.
I used to think it was so funny because I had already done tarot classes before, astrology classes before I was in the 1970s bar scene of what's your sign,
Yeah. Yeah.
And you could kind of look at them and go, no, it's not. No, that's not your sign. But anyway.
Yeah. I get it. I got somebody else.
Some more what's my sign questions though. My birthday is April 24th, 1949. Yay, another 49er. You were born just right a week before me. How's my spring season going to be like? And you understand, people, our lives are what we make of it. So don't blame Dorothy.
I don't think I can pop that up. I'm popping up somebody else really quickly from I'd have to figure out how to spell something. I can't do it. What's the date? I was putting
April
somebody else in.
24th,
All right, hold on.
1949.
Don't go so fast.
Okay.
April 24, what?
1949.
Okay. What else?
That's it. She's a good person. I said, don't give us information like your time, because
Yeah. I have somebody on my site who needs to erase their birth info right now. I mean, I did get it, so um
so this is Alicia, Alice.
all right. So Alice, April 24, 1949. What was the question? I have to go.
How's my spring season going to be?
Oh, I have no idea how. There's no way to know right off the bat. I would need, the birth time and all of that. I mean, I don't know. What are you focusing on? Would be a beginning question. It's like, what's important for you? What are you focusing on right now? Where it's January 13th. So the earthy planets are trying to. I can't answer that kind of a question right now.
Okay.
I don't have enough information
Okay.
to answer that question. I know you're a Taurus, and it looks like your moon is Pisces, but I don't know how far into Pisces it is. Just like the first person I talked about. I mean, it's sort of it's in Pisces most likely, but it's hard to tell what those things are. So it really will vary. It's going to vary. I can't see right off the bat what it means, because I would need birth date, time, and place to see who's transiting what house, and that's where I would be able to give you some insight.
Okay, and this was the one that you said you took her birth time out, but it's not going to be meaningful to any of the rest of us. But Alice, I can tell you, I'm a Taurus too, and I really feel this spring is opening up, and we're only a week apart. I mean, actually, literally only a week apart when we're born. So,
well, I think the thing, maybe not the spring, but in June, when Jupiter enters Leo, that's going to make a square to all of the Taurus planets that you ladies have. And that will help you to function and find the motivation to create what is important for you in your lives at that point in time.
Right.
Again, I can't tell you specifically what that is because I don't know. But when Jupiter does enter Leo, I mean, April 24th, the sun is at 4 Taurus. So this is, for that to be said, what that means is like you'll have opportunities this is early spring, early summer, to do a lot of creating, and for a whole year while Jupiter's in Leo, figuring out what your creative expression is, what you're passionate about, what you desire. So to find that and to do that, that's really wonderful. That's fantastic for you to do. And I think that would be nice. And let me get, what's the best use of this year for me for advancement? All right. And you, let's see. Yeah, Maria, September 7, blah, blah, blah. You're Virgo. And let's see what planets are. You also Pisces moon. Wow, 3 people in a row with Pisces moon. You guys have had a hard time figuring out what your direction is over these last few years because Saturn's been in Pisces, Neptune's been in Pisces for almost 12 years. So that's a little long, but with Saturn in there, it's been adding to it. So the energy of that is pretty specific. And so again, the question, best placement for advancement. I guess I need to know, well, see, Saturn's on your moon. So it's like focus on what your hopes and dreams are and just hone in on that. And as Saturn is finishing up its movement through Pisces, which will be done February 13th, Neptune's done, I think, the last day of January. And you'll be able to, there'll be a lot of clarity for direction at that point in time. Yeah. So advancement, a lot of new other I would need to know what that means. I don't know what it means, and that's okay. I mean,
it depends on what you think. Advancement. What do you think makes you go advanced? Okay. Yeah. This sweet lady, Uranus is moving into Gemini in the spring. How can we prepare? I am a Gemini.
Yeah, me too.
and with the sun at 11 degrees. And this lady really could use some helpful guidance. She's had a really difficult year.
Yeah, it's well, we would again just preface this. I would want to see all of your chart and have a private conversation with you.
Well, I
And
don't need to see all of her chart. I know what's happened around her. Trust me.
I understand that. I understand what you're saying there too.
But
And
I
with
feel like it's going to be lighter, don't you?
well, depends on what you're focusing on, what you're looking at, and depends again on your current life situation. You know, politically, whew,
Oh, I know.
a
We
lot
don't.
of. I know we don't talk
This
about
is
that.
all
A
an
lot.
inside show, guys. This is an inside job. We can't
Yeah,
do much about what's happening on the streets.
that's right. When it comes to you, I'm a Gemini as well. So my daughter's a Gemini, friends, lots of us. It's going to spark new information, new awareness, new insight. Something that works really well with the air signs is intuitive, being intuitive, not psychic. That's the water signs. The water and the earth signs are psychic. The air signs and the fire signs, most mainly air to me, are intuitive, meaning you process information and you just naturally know what the next step is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it just seems logical. It's all the air information. So being a Gemini, you're going to do that naturally anyways. And with Uranus moving in there, it will help us to raise our vibration for more better, different information, not better because what you had was worse, but just better information for your current life circumstances and for where your life direction is. And
Mm-hmm.
depending on what where Gemini is located in your chart, like what house, and because that's you're always using that Gemini energy in that area because
Mm-hmm.
you're going with it, what that looks like to you as well. Like if it's in the second house, you're going to be focusing on what you love, what you value, your finances. If it's in the third, it's going to be about communication. If it's in the fourth, you're going to be focusing on communication and information from home, from family, from old psychological things coming to the surface. So see how it shifts, it varies a little bit, but the main theme with Uranus and Gemini is information. This is AI working, so tap into it as best you feel fits your needs. If some people don't want to touch it, which is fine, and some people do, we're all going to have to work with it, whether we like it or not. It's here to stay. It's all of those types of things, Nancy Jane. And so, um, how would you apply that to her information since you know her better than I do? How would you apply that? Would you?
She's going to have to make some moves, physical moves, like residential moves and some
Yeah.
things in the next year. I think all the moves she's going to make now are going to be unclouded. I think some of the moves she's made up until now, and she's told me she feels like she made them for very emotional reasons and not very rational reasons.
Mhm.
So if you're getting into, she's a tarot reader. If you're getting into where the swords are taking over your life, that's thoughts.
That's the air. Okay.
Justice and air. It's air, like in the four prime things in shamanic journeys.
Yeah.
Go over visit this. Confuse everybody. This is not the show we're on, but Danny Shea's running a series of small introductory classes for free on shamanic journeys, and you can learn about the four elements, and it's really a good thing to understand. So
Yeah.
go play those games.
Yeah. And the intuition is to me is really important. So what does that mean? I mean, to me, being intuitive means just trusting when I hear something,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's actually a human voice speaking to me, like I mentioned in the beginning when that person said, I need freedom, and I immediately, freedom, that's my
Mm-hmm.
intuition saying, go look here. And I do, and it helps. But whether it's the voices in your head, as bad as that might sound, trust that, learning to trust that. And
Mm-hmm.
you don't have to take a class to learn to trust yourself,
No.
trust what you're thinking. But if you stop and you feel, then that's fine too. But that empathic energy, the way I see it, it just sometimes clouds us because or because it's just we're meant to feel, and when we're meant to feel, we're meant to feel. And when we make choices around how we feel, that's fine, because that's just where you've been. We've been in a lot of earth and water. We've been in a lot of that yin energy of feeling. Well, now we're shifting a lot into the fire and the air, so the yang energy, and it's about thinking and taking action steps.
Earth and
So
water makes a lot of mud.
it
That's what it
does. You get
is.
stuck in it too.
Okay, can I help you answer this question?
All right, what's the question?
Western charts are very different from Vedic, and you don't do Vedic, right?
You
You
do
do
not.
Western.
That's correct.
Okay,
Tropical
so
zodiac, Western
go
astrology.
find a Vedic astrologer, and they'll be glad to help you with that.
I
Because
didn't see what it was. What did it say though?
okay, she's got a Star of David on her chart, on her Western chart. Would she have the same thing in a Vedic chart?
Oh yes, yeah, I don't know. You're
Yeah.
right. Thank you. I didn't read it.
No, I mean I knew the answer to that one. Go, oh.
Well, the Star of David's beautiful. I mean, it's a pattern. So if you want to research what that pattern means and just apply it to your life,
And I wouldn't use AI to go look at it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, here's another one. You put your birth time in here, we'll forgive you. 8/22/1955. Philadelphia. How's her chart look for money?
I got to well, what kind? Earned money? I gotta put this info in. So leave it up.
Mm-hmm.
I can't see it very well. 8/12/55.
Mm-hmm. And she says 4 a.m. in Philadelphia, and I take it that's Pennsylvania. So I can do your numerology. It's
I kept it 4 a.m. I forgot. I missed something. I messed it up.
1, 4. Oh, she's got a 4 life path. If that helps you at all, it means you either build a strong base or you're always challenging yourself on it. So,
all right, I got the wrong year up. Let's go back. I put 11 years. I added 11 years to your time. Sorry about that, Vilma. All right, and what was the question again? Look at what's
money this year.
Money for this year. Okay.
Ooh.
Give me some time here. Let me look at what the chart looks like. Oh, you're a Leo. Oh, all that Leo in the second house. Yeah, it'll be the end of the year when Jupiter gets in there. I don't know. So let me figure out when Jupiter gets in there. You're a Leo with all the Leo in house number 2, if 4 a.m. is correct. And it's going to take until we get Jupiter into halfway through Leo. Before, which isn't until August. Jupiter will get in house number 2 in August. So from August on, it retrogrades back out too. So August on, things will be highlighted for finances for you. And that doesn't always mean money coming in, but if you want it to mean, that's what it means. Finances are a focus. It could be you need to earn more money. And this is an opportunity for you to earn more money, especially if you're a creative person. Jesus Christ, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things.
Yeah, she said, she made a comment further down. I have 6 planets on one side of my chart.
6 planets in Leo. There's more than that on one side of that chart. But the point is like 6 planets in Leo, just wow, powerhouse. I mean, I would, when I see stuff like this, usually your people, Leo rules the sun, people who make stained glass windows, stained glass, the sun shines through, it's beautiful. Like, look at me, how can you not? That's so Leo. If this was my chart, if it was, I mean, I would see this and I would think that you would be incredibly creative and very passionate in what it is that you do and love, and especially creative things. Sometimes people who have this much stuff say, nah, I'm not creative, but they are, but they don't see it because it's their innate nature.
Yeah, the love of my teenage years was a Leo. So that's always kind of how I frame Leos. Okay, nice. Melissa from New Zealand, yay! Thank you for coming and joining us.
Yeah.
Oh, it's tomorrow.
It's already tomorrow. Yay, we made it.
We made it. We're striving towards that. I want to thank.
We made it to tomorrow.
Suzanne has
all right,
donated to us twice today, so that's lovely. And
let me put in. Somebody here has put some more. Oh, that sounds pretty. Whatever that is. What is that, Nancy Jane?
What? That's my clothes washer telling me that it's cleaned my cat carrier.
Oh, well, there you go.
It plays that tune whenever it finishes doing any load of laundry. So,
That's so sweet.
yes, I am
Oh,
in the laundry room. What can I say?
and I don't
What are
know
you
where.
doing?
I'm doing one. It says Suzanne. And Suzanne, I don't know where you were born, so and that's okay. See Central Time, but it still doesn't tell me anything. But that's okay.
Okay,
We'll
I'm going to
just
take
pop
this
this in.
one out then. I can't find which one you're on, so we're going
It's
to.
on my page, so I don't know if you have access to that too.
No, I have. Everybody should be coming through.
Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, okay.
Man,
What was the
so tell
question?
us what we're looking at.
Stuck in the mud. You feel like you're stuck in the mud. Oh, such a Scorpio. Oh, yeah, because Uranus is been opposite your Scorpio planets for a long time too. And even though Uranus is known for um, sudden, unexpected occurrences and the feeling of freedom and the need of independence, the awareness. If you're a Scorpio, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things in Scorpio. That's fixed water, and the moon's moving through there right now. We started with that today. And what that represents is just where you can feel really stuck about what you do. You like things to stay consistent and not change, and that is the harder part of um, having a fixed water sign. So being a Scorpio, to be honest, a lot of fixed energy. And so when Uranus is regularly pushing and saying, "Hey, let's do something
Is
different. Let's
this
do
the one
something
you're
different."
doing,
Yes,
Suzanne? Okay.
yes, and it just means that Michigan City. Okay, it just means that we have this period of just you've got to find some wiggle room because you are probably pretty stuck. So you need to find some breathing space somewhere, even if it's just a minute. And I don't know what you're stuck in. And a lot of times when I do sessions with clients and they come in and they feel stuck, and we have that an hour and a half conversation, you recognize where you aren't stuck in certain areas. And that's the wiggle room that you have. And that's where you're going to start wiggling. It's like, when people are handcuffed on the movies or they got
Mm-hmm.
their rope, eventually they get the thing a little loose. And the looser you get it, the more free you get. And so find the area in your life that you aren't stuck and really hone in on that, like really shine the light on it and honor it. And that's going to help you to be more, help you to unstick in other areas. I hope that
Mm-hmm.
makes sense. Just a funky analogy.
Okay.
Thank you for the donation. I appreciate that.
And Melissa's from New Zealand is a Pisces. Another one.
Another one. Yes.
20th of February, no year, but just kind of what's kind of floating around Pisces period.
Well, what is February 20th? Let me just look at what February 20th looks like. Let me just animate my weekly chart here in front of me and just get to February 20 and see what degree the sun is at there. The sun's at 2 degrees of Pisces. It's early Pisces, just to make sure. I just wanted to see if it was
Mm-hmm.
0, 1, or 2. It shifts a little bit year to year, but not by much. So, um, what's the question again?
She just put it in. It's kind of like
Oh, okay.
what's happening around me. And she's in New Zealand. You're better than being here, let me tell you.
Oh my God, no kidding. Yeah. It's really interesting. I've tried doing marketing and advertising to when I do my Facebook advertising to Australia and New Zealand. And boy, there are restrictions. They
Yeah,
don't like us from
they
they know us
monitor.
from the US. They are like, no, you can't. So anyways,
They
thank
also
you.
monitor much more closely a lot of their
Yeah.
social media than we do.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't give you much on the February 20th thing except just it's early Pisces and we're really except for the sun coming around at the Pisces time of year, which is the mid-late February. I can't really say much. I
Okay.
don't have enough information. Yeah. Right.
Time to move on. When's everything moving into Aries? A lot of
It varies. It varies. Oh, we got somebody else here. Orlando. I'll get back to you shortly. Um,
I'm gonna read Orlando with cards too because of what it
okay. Let me. I need some more light.
oh,
Ta-da!
Dorothy's way up north where it's still cold and dark.
It's very cold. It's only 2:30 here in the afternoon, Eastern time, but I'm halfway up the state of New Hampshire. Um, Aries. Okay. Yes. Saturn, Jupiter. No, 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 no. There we go. Neptune in Aries is like January 27th, and Saturn enters Aries February 13th, and then February 20th is the Saturn Neptune conjunction just before. Let me get that in my ephemeris. Yeah, and that's really close to the solar eclipse we have on February 17th. There's just a lot,
I mean, the solar eclipse that's for penguins only?
Yes, that one in the southern.
It really is. It's not like with anybody else's penguins only.
Yeah. Eclipses have oh my God, I'm drawing a blank on the name of the cycle, but there is a Saros cycle, I think it's called.
Mm-hmm.
Don't quote me on that. Sometimes I can't remember. Where it takes eclipses a few hundred years. They always start at the north or the south poles, right? And then they slowly move their way through and around the Earth. And they have these certain cycles. Gosh, I wish I could remember the name of it. I'll find it. But yeah, they do that. And the eclipses we have. That one on February 17th is it is a Saros. It's a Saros cycle, and they're all numbered. That is something I've not dug into. I do know a lot about the lunar gestation cycles and other lunar cycles, but I don't know much about that one. That's just the truth of it. But that one's in Aquarius, and there's some Pisces energy there too. And when you're in, another thing I just thought about the early Pisces for you born there on February 20th. The lunar. Oh, you're in a nodal return. The lunar nodes are coming through, and the north node will hit 2 degrees of Pisces. Depends on which one you look at. Sometime at the end of February into April into March. So that just gives just a little boost of what's my life path and what's that direction. So I would hone in on meditation and ritual and prayer or whatever your genre is. I would hone in on that to just help you with a little life boost if that's what you want.
I got another one. Birthday February 17th, 1952.
All right. Let me do Orlando first. I had Orlando first. Let me do that. So that's 11. November 27. I can't go that fast. I'm almost like stressing.
Okay. Here. I put Orlando up.
Thank you. And I don't know anything about where he is or what time or anything. Orlando. So you're Sag. I love the Sag. Sag is my fave. Sorry.
No. And then you're born in the same year as my youngest.
91. Right. I really like to know what's going on for me this year, if it's possible. Thank you. I would encourage everybody to have a reading with either me or you, and that is Connecticut, the 238. All right, I'm going to get you to 238, and then
wow. Does Orlando have a year?
2:38 a.m. Okay, so there we are, and you Sag. So that Uranus moving into Gemini is going to be opposite the sun in your chart, and so yes, right now it's opposite your Mars, meaning there's a lot of action going on. You have a lot of options, and I don't know anything about what's going on in your life, but even Pluto's on your Saturn right now. It's just about done, but that just tells me that there's been a lot of changes and a lot of most likely upheavals, and just stay on your toes for a little while longer, because as Uranus comes through, and that will be in the spring. It's in the spring, and it will all the way through the summer. You have lots of opportunities to get into technology, AI stuff, whatever sciencey, brainy things you want to get into. You get to do it.
Okay, what I pulled up was this reading. Oops.
Let's take a look.
Okay. You've got the Ten of Swords, the death, which just means complete change. That's just what Dorothy talked about.
That's the Pluto and your Saturn. Mm-hmm.
Your whole life's been being turned upside down. You're feeling like a kid again. Like, boy, I'm back in school. And whatever you did before, you did because you thought you had to.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're going to do what you want to. And that means breaking from the family pattern. But you think it's going to cut you off from the people who've loved and supported you all your life. It's not. They're going to admire you more. Whatever profession you're going to, you're going to take a pay cut for a little bit. But that's going to turn its way around. The glory of Tarot is you can always turn them around. So you can turn it around and make sure you can get a better paying option. But boy, you needed to get out of wherever you were. And I have a feeling it was not just jobs. I think it was people. I think it was a whole world around you. You needed to break away from Orlando.
Yeah.
So you're going to have a wonderful things coming up, but you need to pick the positive things.
Yeah.
That's my card reading for the day.
Yeah, there's always more. I know you and I we're talking quick and just quick hits.
Oh yeah,
fine.
A 5-card reading. I would not base the rest of my life on a 5-card reading.
Me either. Just no. There's more, but honestly, we're always where we're supposed to be, no matter what. Anyways,
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah. Let's see.
All right.
Velma.
So let me close this chart.
We did Velma Mama, right?
What's the date?
8/12/55. Pennsylvania. Yes, we did her. Or did we
No.
to do her? Wait a minute. We started to do her.
August 12, 55. Yes, we did. Yep.
Okay.
I haven't put. I think I have. If we haven't, you just let us know. And always okay. What do you say, Orlando?
Planets in Leo. Yes.
Oh, that's right. I really appreciate this. I always know something was wrong, but I couldn't wrap my head around it. Thank you. All right, you got a lot. You got a lot you can do, Orlando.
Oh yeah, Orlando. You guys, you're also
your age again.
What is the Saturn return? He went through the Saturn return around his 30th birthday, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, usually 28. Yeah.
28 to 30. Yeah. So, yeah, you're just clearing out the junk from then.
Okay. And Pluto has been for you guys born in 1991. I mean, and especially at the end of 1991. Anybody in that time, your Saturn is in early Aquarius, and it's not even about the Saturn return will come around at 28 to 29. That's fine. Mm-hmm. The harder thing is Pluto coming through after that. So if you didn't have things set up well, or that first Saturn return kicked your ass, then that Pluto coming through is going to continue to destruct everything, so you can then rebuild. And Pluto is beyond that now for you, Orlando. So if things did fall apart, you are in a period of rebuilding, because the Pluto transits, you can't fix it in a one month cycle. It takes a while.
The big slow moving planets are big slow moving planets. And if you think about the symbol for Pluto, for those of you who don't know astrology signs, it's a P with a little hook on the bottom. And the way I learned was when Pluto plows through your sign, it digs everything up, no matter how carefully you thought you had it hidden. It's there.
Yep. Yes, all the symbols for the planets. If you look at the more traditional versions, or actually even the older versions, the planets, not the signs, all the symbols for the planets are either have a circle, a crescent, and a cross. That's it. It's about the cross of matter. It's about the wholeness. And it's about the collection. And they are all put like a sigil. They're all put in different shapes, which is exactly what they are, to receive information. So the symbols for the planets is about receiving information, and how they are assembled is what it does. So when you think of Pluto with a circle and a crescent underneath the circle, not over the head, that's Mercury receiving info. Pluto is the circle with the crescent underneath it, and then it's a cross. And the old-fashioned one has that leg, like you said, that plows it through. So there are variations of it, but it's still there, and it just represents the cross of matter, and then bringing the whole of essence of who we are into us. So the sun, the moon, and then the cross of matter. So it's perfect. All right.
Symbols. Okay, Barbara.
Always.
Barbara, Barbara's February 17th, 1952.
Okay,
In
slow
New
down.
York,
Hold on.
and in
February 17th,
1952 on the
1952.
East Coast. I think New York,
Did you say what time? I didn't hear you.
2:10 p.m.
Okay. Yeah, you just have to go slower. I just can't type that fast. And East Coast, so we'll just leave it right there. February 17, 1952. So do you have a question? Does she have a question?
She just wants to know if you see anything happening around. She's been having a rough time. She has had a very difficult time in the last. She's in New Jersey. Her house got hit by a tornado in New Jersey. Now I'm used to that in Texas.
We have those. We have those once in a while. I'm in New England, a little further north, but not too far from Pennsylvania. I mean, New Jersey. Actually, New Jersey is it officially part of New England?
It's
Oh,
It's the Mid-Atlantic.
I know where it is.
Sorry.
My son is there. I know where my son is there. Yeah, I remember when that happened recently. We've had quite some crazy
Yeah,
weather.
and she had this apparently the ratty contractors that follow tornadoes around Texas made it to New Jersey. So she's had a difficult time, but she's getting it straightened out. And I keep telling her it's just all going to take time. And apparently her time is up. She wants to know, is this going to get better?
I can't tell right now. Let's see. I'm just looking at your birth chart. You're an Aquarius. Look at that. Excuse me, fourth house, Saturn's down there. I know. 1952. We also had Saturn and Neptune together, but they were in Libra. Well, I'm just looking at the natal chart. I would have to dig in deeper to see what else is going on. Oh, see, Jupiter has been, it's the Jupiter aspect because that's like at your ascendant. And so we have, it should start to clear up. I know we'll spend more money on our home and the things that need to be done when Jupiter is moving through the sign of Cancer, which it is right now, June to June. And but by April, the end of April, you have to just take your time and just be diligent about what it is that you're doing when it comes to whatever that is you're focusing on. At Jupiter and Cancer, we can spend a lot of money on our homes, whether we want to or not. And if something hasn't worked out and you're spending more money on a really crappy job and then having to spend more money to get it done better, that's pretty typical for Jupiter and Cancer in some circumstances, not every. So, yeah. Always more if we have a conversation.
Okay, we're going to hide that one. And thank you, Velma. Thank you, Suzanne, again. What carries more importance, one's personal year or the universal year?
Personal. I guess you're going to have to guess on that one. I think a personal year is.
Yeah.
I think you can go run parallel with them.
Mm-hmm.
That's just my opinion. I think you can run parallel with them.
Turtle. And the other is, when do you figure out what your personal year is? And I always say your personal year starts on the day you're born.
Yeah.
I mean, so in my case, it's May 2nd, when I figured out. And I have an internationally known numerologist, and she and I have argued about this. And so I brought out to her all my personal stories about why it works better. And she goes, well, that's true for you. A lot of numerologists think your year starts, your birth month and day added together with the year that you're in on the 1st of January.
Right.
So,
and some think it happens on your birthday.
On your birthday.
So,
and I use birthday. And if you're interested in numerology, Kitty, I do teach that as my first part of learning Tarot. I think understanding the numbers is all important to understanding Tarot.
Yeah, I do that too, the basic.
Yeah, you read about Orlando. I knew something was wrong, but I couldn't wrap my head around it. Yep. Orlando, I can tell you've had a rough few years because my youngest was born in that year, and she's had some times.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm looking for things. Someone's daughter died with certain bad aspects on their chart. That can happen.
Yeah, and actually, let's talk about that because that's not always the case.
Okay.
So there's a lot of.
This one. she sends us an autocorrect on it. She actually passed away on July 1st because autocorrect fixed what she typed.
Yeah. The thing about passings, boy, they're all different. I mean, I have family members that have passed, and I know exactly when they passed, and I have their birthdays, and then you watch celebrities. Sometimes you don't know exact charts for celebrities, but I've done that with a couple private students because this just isn't popular to do it out in the. But people pass on really good transits too, because it's just the soul's path,
Mm-hmm.
the soul's path and the soul's direction. How the human body ends is sometimes important and sometimes it's not. I mean, some people pass just quick and fast, and whether it's they die in the middle of the night of a heart attack and never wake up or whatever, just choose your poison. That too, or or in a car accident or a plane crash or any of those things. You just don't know. And then some people pass, with a really nice transit of a planet that's just all about expansion and
That's an
spirituality.
expansion.
I know.
For those of you who are out there and want to put a question in, we can take a couple more because we've got about 9 more minutes, and then Dorothy and I both turn back into what we normally do.
Yeah. How is this? If we got anything on here? But while we're waiting, just might as well just a little marketing. I have a class.
Very good.
I only have 3 seats left, and it is for practice for people who already have the beginner astrology stuff down. Just come to my website, DorothyMorganAstrologer.com. Go into the tab that says shop, and you'll see the astrology practice group is listed in there with other things, so you can just see everything I have to offer. And then if you're interested in that, you can email me, and then we'll have a quick conversation to see if you're a right fit. We're just practicing, because a lot of people who learn astrology, just like people who learn tarot, all of a sudden, once you have all this information, and then you're afraid to do stuff with it, or you're not sure you're doing or reading charts right, things like that. So I've got that practice group. It starts February 1st, and there's just a couple seats left. It's limited because I like 12 people or under in a class.
Mm-hmm.
So we just have 3 left. Think about it. Let me know, and you're welcome to whatever. And then there's always all kinds of stuff. If you're here on my YouTube channel, I do YouTube shorts every day, the monthly.
Oh, she does. And I love your shorts.
It's
really
relentless.
Short.
Yeah, they're all under 3 minutes, and then the long full stuff is just for a Patreon. I have a membership platform on Patreon and here on YouTube. If I say that out loud, they might kick us out. And so you can get weekly forecasts. It's behind a paywall because this is my living. I love what I do, and it is my living. So you're welcome to check those things out and get lots of information. But the YouTube shorts are free, always.
Okay. And we have gotten questions.
Okay.
Lisa Davies, May 2nd, May 20th, 1966, in Ontario at 4:12 p.m.
Let's see if I can do this over here. Where is it? May 20. Okay. It takes a minute to actually put all the info in. Finances. Always finances, aren't we? Always. You're a Taurus.
Well, I think that's a common thread. That used to not. Used to always be, will I meet the one? Now it's, will I have enough money so I can live till I meet the one?
I know. Well, if that 4:12 p.m. Ontario, May 20, 1966. Okay. You should have the knowledge on how to make your money work for you. You have a lot of planets in house number 8. So you should have what you need. Maybe you don't have what you want. You probably have what you need, maybe not everything that you want. lots of planets in house number 8, lots of Taurus planets in house number 8. So you should be good at investing. I don't know if you are or not, but you should be good at investing. And Uranus has been moving through that sector as well. And yeah, be aware of over investing or being too risky. But you should be researching that as soon as possible, because Uranus will be continuing its movement through that house and on your Taurus planets for another few months until we get into, it shifts into Gemini, which I already forgot again. Was that March or April? And just go from there. So you can if you want it to be. Yeah.
Okay, I know Jen. She feels like an oxymoron. Her big 3 are Virgo Sun, Gemini Moon, and Scorpio Rising.
Mm-hmm. So ruled by Mercury, and then what was this? Scorpio Rising?
Mm-hmm.
And then it just creates intensity. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That works for Jen.
Yeah. Scorpio Rising can be quiet. It could be quiet. You just keep your mouth shut and you observe.
I never got that gene.
What?
I'm Scorpio Rising. I never got that gene. Keep your mouth shut.
So true. Well, you help people evolve and transform that as well, because people can see with somebody who helps people to evolve and change, because that's also Scorpio Rising. Yeah.
That's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're almost out of time, so we don't see any more great questions popping in. I want to thank everyone for coming over for another open mic. I will be probably, we got one more. See if you can catch this one.
I'm very feisty and can't keep my mouth shut. That's life.
Mm-hmm.
I can't. Not that last minute. It's just, that's enough. I'm fried. You guys fried me. We've done 12 charts. That's a lot.
Well,
okay.
Quick look at 52. Is she okay? Born?
I would need a minute. Give me a minute.
Okay, she got a minute. Yet. Got actually 4 or 5, actually. If you want.
Birth, Brenda. So August 25, 1952. Oops, that's a fee. Oops. See, when I'm hurrying and I start making boo-boos. 301. I don't know where she was born, so we'll just leave it where it was for the last person. And what's the question?
Health.
Oh,
I think she means health. She said Heath, but I don't think she means her Heath.
All right. Well, I need your birth location, because I can't look at the house of health unless I know what time where you're born, because that matters too.
Sorry, Brenda.
Yeah.
Oops.
Throw it in there real quick if you got a second. Because it's a certain area, sector of the chart. And the thing about the health, when I do sessions for people, when it comes to the health, I'm not a doctor, and so ethically,
anything we say is based on what we think, but it's not anything we know.
Yeah.
Memphis. She was born in Memphis.
Okay, so Memphis. Okay, let me edit that, and I'll get to it. 2 seconds. Edit. Okay. There it is. All right. House of Health. Oh, that's where Taurus is right now. Well, generally speaking, that's all I can do with this. Is generally speaking, you have Jupiter in that area. So if there is something that comes up throughout your life, honestly, that you need medical attention for, you typically will heal well when you have to address something. So Jupiter helps to really hone in on those issues. So if you have stuff or whatever you have, you're going to be able to heal well from it. But specifics, I can't give you any specifics.
We figured it was Memphis, Tennessee, Brenda. We didn't figure it was Memphis, Egypt. So.
Oh.
Anyway, thank you everyone who showed up today. We really appreciate it. Remember that, let's see, what do I have the rest of this week? I've got a reading, still doing my 12-month readings, and you can fit them if you can get your money in now. You can get it done by the end of the month. I'm doing a past life reading today. I've got just a lot of, things. And I'm, like I said, if you go to my website, www.crystaldirections.com, you can read all about how Jeffrey and I are marrying teaching of tarot along with shadow work. And if you've taken tarot from me before, there's going to be a way you can tie into the end of the course. You don't have to take the whole course. You can just tie in. But I would really prefer readers who have learned the system Jeffrey and I use, because it makes sense with the shadow work stuff.
Yeah.
And
That's good.
I know a lot of us feel like every day when we wake up, it's shadow work. So what can I say? But thank you, Dorothy, for being here. And
Thank you,
thank
everybody.
everyone for showing up. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
We'll get you next time, kiddo. Bye-bye.